What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Edgar Berlanga, a guy that made his name, made his fame off of going 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. After taking a loss, he threw a parade. He did a lot of different interviews, basically announcing to the world that he's arrived after the Canelo Alvarez defeat. A lot of people went in on him. A lot of people saying, how you gonna celebrate a loss, man? You a clown. But all he got to do is go back into and look into boxing history. You see Canelo Alvarez after a loss to Floyd Mayweather Jr., he was able to basically take that L and run with it. And we look at Canelo Alvarez today as the cash cow boxing, and a lot of that got started after he took that L from Floyd Mayweather Jr. Another example of a guy taking an L and running with it was when Zab Judah. Remember Zab Judah lost to Danny Garcia, put on a great performance. Even though Zab Judah had won titles before, that's a little bit different than the Edgar Berlanga situation. But Zab Judah, after he lost to Danny Garcia, his name was getting mentioned in a lot of big fights with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr. rematch. His name got mentioned for a lot of big fights. He was able to catapult that loss into another big payday. I think it was against Paulie Malignaggi. That fight took place at the Barclays Center. So he got another big fight after the Danny Garcia L. So there's other examples besides Berlanga example, losing to Canelo, where a fighter took an L and was able to catapult that loss and actually gain notoriety. Name got bigger, profile increased. So I'm not mad at him. But his matchup with Sheeraz is a must-win situation for Berlanga. Man, he's got to get the L. He take another loss, then he's basically almost at gatekeeper status. A guy that with a name, a lot of guys that's coming up and want to fight, put his name on their resume. So he must get a win. He's a much more athletic fighter. He's a guy that's the more gifted fighter, but the more technically sound fighter is Sheeraz. The more disciplined fighter is Sheeraz. And I do believe that Sheeraz has the advantage in trainer. His trainer, being Andy Lee, is the real reason why I'm picking Sheeraz to win this fight, man. I just think Andy Lee is the best trainer in boxing. They're going to come up with a good game plan to nullify what Berlanga does well. And I think that would be more than enough in a fight. And otherwise would be a 50-50 fight where there's not a lot of separation between these two fighters. Both of these guys got strengths. Both of these guys got weaknesses. There's not a lot that's separating these two fighters. But I do believe that Andy Lee will be the difference in the matchup. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. The 1-2 is going to be the key for Sheeraz. He must establish the jab, and he must hit him with the right hand to tame the aggressive, come forward Berlanga. Berlanga cannot stay on the outside. Berlanga definitely must close the distance. Berlanga must get inside and work the body, work the hooks, and use his physicality to his advantage, because he is the naturally bigger guy. Now, it might be kind of hard to tell, but I've seen these two face-offs. Man, Sheeraz is a big guy. I don't know how the hell he made 160. That's crazy. But actually, I don't know if Berlanga actually is the bigger guy. I will say this, though. He's the guy that's been fighting at 168 and more comfortable at 168. This is Sheeraz's first fight at 168. But I really don't know if Berlanga actually is the naturally bigger guy. A lot of people say that Berlanga in between fights goes up to 200 pounds. If that is indeed the case, then maybe you can say that he is the naturally bigger guy. But based on what I seen at the press conference, in the face-off at the press conference, man, it ain't too much difference between Sheeraz and Berlanga. Berlanga got a thicker neck. That's about the only difference. But body-wise and all that, they're pretty much the same person to me. And Sheeraz does have the height advantage. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But great matchup involving two fighters that really need a victory, both coming off of not top-notch performances. Now Berlanga was able to get a win after the Canelo loss against basically a tune-up caliber opponent. Got a first-round knockout. Sheeraz hasn't fought since the Carlos Adames draw. in a fight that a lot of people thought he lost. I thought he lost the fight 275, but it was a close fight. It wasn't some kind of robbery like people trying to make it out to be, but I definitely thought he lost that fight. And he blamed that more of the weight cut to make 160, and he moved up right after that fight. So that tells me that there was some credence to him having problems making 160, and it was time for him to move up. His body was telling him it was time to move up, and he's taking on one of the top fighters at 168. I like Sheeraz to win this fight. I think he gets a knockdown, and I think he takes it on to a 12-round decision. I don't think he stops Berlanga. Berlanga got too much pride to get stopped in his hometown in New York, but I do think Sheeraz drops him later on in the second half of the fight en route to a decision win over Edgar Berlanga. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who you like in this particular matchup? If you like it by stoppage, give me the round in the comment section. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on TikTok at JB Sports New Media. Follow me on Twitch at Briscoe MA77071. Follow me on my Facebook, if I did say it earlier, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on my YouTube channels at JB Sports, The Man, The Myth, The Legend 9656, and at JB Sports, The Man, The Myth, The Legend 8000. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, The Man, The Myth, The Legend. And I holla.